I shaved my balls for this? It's Harmless Phosphorescence. Hello everyone, this is Throw Smiley, and you agitate my already delicate sense of mental equilibrium and my obsessive-compulsive need to be the center of attention. Who's joining me this week?
I'm Josh Cece, and apparently I fell into an open bat of Ben & Jerry's.
I'm Brian Lesh, and it's not a fucking bow and arrow.
And I'm that singer that no one listens to, Alaric Weber.
And This is a Harmless Phosphorescence. It's the podcast where we watch every theatrically released full-length live-action superhero movie ever made. We gather some research into the production and the source material, then we tell you all about it. This show is brought to you by patrons like executive producers Michael Beckwith and Atticus Burkett. You can be a patron too. Just head over to patreon.com/harmlessentertainment. We got a lot of bonus content there. We got music shows. We've got some Star Wars miniseries, some holiday shows. We do the monthly movie. We just posted Cabin Boy. That is now up, available to listen to, courtesy of our executive producer, Michael Beckwith. And we actually already have next month's monthly movie decided. Oh. Because when I put the poll up, I forgot to make it for 7 days. So it was fast. And
those are the rules.
Those are the rules. I can't do it over because I'm lazy. But the winner of the, let's see, it was 2001 for September. We pick a year. Then we each nominate a movie. Then we let the internet decide. It was 2001. The options were Evolution, Josie and the Pussycats, The Royal Tenenbaums, and AI, Artificial Intelligence. And the movie we're going to do in September is Josie and the Pussycats.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right. I'm excited.
Like I said, I haven't seen that movie since 2001, so that'll be interesting. That
was Rosario Dawson. Is that right?
Yeah, she's in there. Parker Posey's in there. Seth Green, I think, is in there somewhere.
Tara Reid. Yeah. I think Tara Reid's the drummer.
That's right.
That's right.
That 6-month period where Tara Reid was a movie star. Josie's played by somebody. I can't remember who. Obviously, she's played by somebody.
They drew her in later.
Yeah. So $1 a month, that's all you need to get started on the extra podcast. This week, though, on a Harmless Phosphorescence, we are watching Birds of Prey.
You know what a Harlequin is? A Harlequin's role is to serve. It's nothing without a master. No one gives two shits who we are beyond that. The Joker and I broke up. I wanted a fresh start. But it turns out I wasn't the only dame in Gotham looking for emancipation.
Spectacular news! Miss Quinn, she belongs to me.
Who are you guys?
Here's the deal, Quinn. You need me.
He's after all of us now. None of us are walking out of here unless we work together.
You gotta be kidding me.
Isn't this fun? It's just like a sleepover. We should order pizza. Big Cosmos. Harley, focus. Okay. I'm the one they should be scared of. Not you. Not Mr. J. Because I'm Harley freaking Quinn.
Woo! Who's having a good time?
Get ready, ladies.
Psycho chick.
I never call a woman a chick. I'll accept broad, lady, woman, Fine on occasion, bitch.
Bitch? What are you talking
What's that
about?
for me, will you?
Woo! Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Miss Harley Quinn. That was a good trailer.
Yeah, it's fun. I was surprised they didn't have like a rock and roll song.
Yeah, I really liked the Edith Piaf. Harley Quinn, or Birds of Prey, and the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Miss Harley Quinn.
Every time.
Every single time. Was released February 7th, 2020. We are out of 2019. 2020. What a year for cinema 2020 will be on this podcast.
Who knew we'd want to go backwards?
Back in time.
Just a year or two.
Yeah, released February 7th, 2020. Running time of 109 minutes. It cost $100 million. It made $1.9 million. So it wasn't a flop, but it wasn't a runaway hit. I feel like there was something just like around a month into its run that may have contributed it to not making as much money as it possibly could.
Yeah, what happened
have.
in March?
I can't remember.
Spring training started?
People started putting bleach inside their bodies.
And
eating horse medicine.
Yeah.
yes. But speaking of the box office, I think it's time we play the box office top 10 game. This is the game where I will describe the top 10 movies of the week of February 7th, 2020. We're in this decade. Guys, we made it to the current decade.
Far out.
Yeah. I can't believe we started this podcast in a different decade now that I think about it. Jesus Christ. I still think of the teens through the present as being like one decade. But
well, yeah, now we can, it's been a while, but now we can officially call when we grew up the 1900s.
Yeah, I was born in the late 1900s.
1900s, yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck you all.
I'll just continue saying 20th century.
Go for you.
It seems easier that way.
Or we were born in the prior millennium. So this is the box office top 10 game. I will describe the top 10 movies of the week of February 7th, 2020, using only the box office mojo description, except of course where I don't. And the guys here are going to try to guess what movie I'm describing. You ready to play, fellas?
And how?
Here we go. Number 10 for the week of February 7th, 2020. An old man comes back and riles up the youngsters. Somehow he has returned.
Superman returned?
Skywalker?
Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. If you'd like to hear us talk extensively about that movie, $1 a month is all you need. Patreon.com/harmless entertainment.
We did every Star Wars movie at that point.
We did.
Yeah, we saw this one
we even
like the week we recorded it too.
We did. We saw it in the theater, and then we recorded an episode about it. Yeah.
And
our last field trip.
Yes.
yeah.
Well,
it's a fun one. Ugh.
Well,
I guess our last field trip was to Barrio Brewery, where we won the MCU trivia.
That's right.
Not to brag, but we know a lot of shit about movies.
A lot of shit about
comic book
movies specifically, yes.
Yes, yeah.
Thanks to this podcast,
It was a squeaker, though, folks. 1 point, I believe.
Yeah,
separated.
Yes, 1 point.
Although we only got two
From
questions wrong. Only 2 questions wrong the entire night, so that wasn't bad.
Wow, that's not bad at all.
Yeah. Number 9 for the week of February 7th, 2020. Jo reflects back and forth on her life, telling the story of her sisters. 4 young women determined to live life on their own terms.
Little women.
They were no longer
Jo.
little girls. They were little women.
They were little women. My friend Flicka.
Yeah, that wasn't a bad version. I watched that. Florence
Yeah, it's
Pugh.
really good.
Florence Pugh is great. That's where I first really noticed her.
I watched it after watching Midsummer, and I was like, oh,
Yeah, Midsummer's where I-
Midsummer. That's right. I forgot. Yeah. I really
that was
like Florence
immediately
Pugh.
after watching Midsummer, though. I was like, oh, I'm going to see more of her. And I was like, oh, she really
Whenever
is an
people-
actor. They didn't just make this girl cry and be terrified.
Right.
Number.
Oh, whenever anybody says, "Oh, there's so many superhero movies," it's like, talk to Jane Austen, and then we'll get back
Oh
to you.
my God.
How many versions of Little Women exist?
Sense and Sensibility.
There's probably at least 12 cinematic
Emma.
versions.
How
of
many
this.
versions of Emma are there? My
So many.
God.
Now on Netflix.
Number 8 at the box office. A poor family, a wealthy family, hijinks ensue.
What's this called? Is this the
2000.
Ban Ki-moon? Not Ban Ki-moon. That's the fucking president of Korea. What is that guy's
Is
name?
it called Greed?
It's not Greed. Brian's on the right track.
Parasite.
Parasite. Best Picture winner. Parasite. Best.
What is the director's name?
It's Joe Bon. What is it?
Ban Ki-moon is a politician.
It was. I don't pay for IMDb Pro, so it doesn't let me just click and find out.
Bong Joon-ho.
I don't get paid enough to pronounce these names.
Bong Joon-ho is his
Bong Joon-ho. Yes. My
Thank
favorite.
goodness
That's
his mother's proud.
yeah. I think that's the best Picture winner of like the 15 years at least.
Yeah, I was
Ban-
a rando.
Ban Ki-moon was the Secretary General of the UN. Sorry. I'm just
Okay.
getting my wires uncrossed. My Korean dudes.
A new film by
By Kofi Annan.
Boutros Ghali.
You went Gusto Scully. I went Kofi Annan. Either would be great.
Yeah, Kofi.
Number 7 this week at the box office. A long time ago, in a distant countryside, a young girl leads her little brother in search of food and work.
That's a shitty combo. Not even water.
A distant countryside.
I don't know if I knew this movie existed. It's definitely a movie that's been made a few times in different ways. It's based on a very, very public domain story.
Okay.
It's-
Wizard of Oz. Is it Oz related?
No, not Oz related. It's Brothers Grimm.
Oh.
Oh,
Hansel and Gretel?
Not Hansel and Gretel, but
But
flip it. Flip it
Gretel
and reverse
and
it.
Hansel.
Gretel and Hansel, it's called.
sisters are getting it done.
You got to Missy
Why did they
Elliott
make
that
that
shit.
distinction?
Flip it and reverse it.
Scratch that, flip it, reverse it.
I like to say, I hope that was just her direction in the studio. She was like, no. You got to scratch that, flip it, and reverse it.
Now it's Gretel and
That's
Hansel.
how
You got a problem
That's
with
how
that?
she orders eggs over easy.
Scratch it, flip it, reverse it.
Oh,
Moon's over my Hansel.
man, I could go for some moons over Miami
Yeah,
right
those.
now.
Over Hansel.
Yeah. At number 6 this week, an American expat tries to sell off his highly profitable marijuana empire in London, triggering plots, schemes, bribery, and blackmail in an attempt to steal his domain out from under him. I've never heard of this movie, and I didn't change a word of that.
I recently did hear about this movie. I think Hugh Grant's in it.
Oh, it's a Guy Ritchie.
McConaughey's.
It's a Guy Ritchie. Huh.
Yes.
Yeah, we got...
And it's based on a true story about like the biggest. Well, he was an American. But anyways, is it called like
Yeah, starring
Mr.
Matthew
Mr. Big?
No, but starring Matthew McConaughey. It's a really generic.
The Man
title.
from Toronto?
No, it's a real generic title. It's
Big Business.
I
it
love that movie.
it almost shares the name of a really bad 90s Eddie Murphy comedy minus one word.
Gold?
No.
Golden.
No.
Child?
No, that's not the movie.
48. Hours.
It's called The Gentleman. The Distinguished Gentleman. That Eddie Murphy comedy where he became senator.
Oh, Distinguished Gentleman. That's
right. At number 5 this week in the box office. Okay. It's a sequel. If I say any, so The Gang is Back.
Ocean's 12.
No. That was like from 2005, Al.
I don't know. I didn't. I don't pay attention.
You better
to
stop
time.
talking about the fucking
Sex in the City.
No. Okay, so this movie stars Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh, this is the Expendables 15.
Nope.
Fast and the Furious. Oh,
Kevin Hart.
Hobbs and Shaw. Oh, Kevin Hart.
Jack Black and Karen Gillan.
Oh, Journey to the Center of the Earth.
No. It's a sequel to a Robin Williams.
Jumanji 2.
Jumanji, well, 3 technically.
But it's the sequel to Jumanji.
It's a sequel to the sequel to Jumanji. It's called Jumanji: The Next Level.
Oh, it's the video game one, right?
Yes. Yeah, but also the sequel was a video game one. This is a sequel.
Oh.
This is I think both the Rock ones were video game based.
I think I just saw the first one.
With Robin Williams?
Oh, I've seen the Robin Williams one. Yeah.
Oh, no. I just mean the first of the Rock ones.
Was that?
This is confusing like Spider-Man.
I was not yet on
3
to Rock.
Yes. Yeah, at number 4 this week at the box office. A doctor with a special ability travels to an island with a young apprentice. And a crew of crazy characters. That's the best I can do.
Doctor.
The
entire
Muppets Take Bermuda.
I had to leave out the entire conceit of the film.
They go to an island, you say?
Yeah, this is at least the 3rd film version of this character. It goes back quite a ways. He is
Dr. Doolittle?
Yeah, but it's not Dr. Doolittle. It's just called...
Oh, this is the RDJ Doolittle.
Just Doolittle, yeah. Which
I tried to watch this.
I heard it was terrible, but I never...
I had a really rough time. It was not something that I stuck through to the end.
The original's kind of tough to get through.
Yeah, it's not that interesting.
And I love musicals, but...
I mean, the Rex Harrison one's tough to get through, absolutely. I can't watch the Eddie Murphy one at all.
Oh, yeah.
No. Not anymore.
Yeah, I'm
not since the accident.
I guess I'm full on Don't Little, personally.
Well, the first one was so long it had an intermission, right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong about that?
Oh, yeah. It was one. Maybe.
Yeah.
It was one of those 60s things where, it's 6 hours long.
Yeah, it should have been 3 movies.
There's the overture and then an intermission. Yeah, all that shit.
Yeah, it's like Lawrence of Arabia length. It's crazy.
At number 3 this week.
You laughing at?
Okay, I'll do the joke after I do the thing because that would just give away the movie. As an infantry battalion assembles to wage war deep in enemy territory, 2 soldiers are assigned to race against time and deliver a message.
Oh, dang. This was the
1917?
Yes, 1917. Yeah. It was a good movie. I saw it in the theater. Probably the last non-superhero movie I saw in the theater.
I wish I had seen this in theaters. When I watched it on my TV, I was like, damn, the sound for this movie is so well done.
I took Jude to it because I was like, you need to see like a big crazy war movie in the theater at least one time because it's good.
You're an American. You need to watch this.
No, I mean, it's good to see like a big crazy movie in the theater that's not about superheroes once in a while.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, and war movies are very they serve a purpose. They serve multiple purposes, but for a young person to see it for the first time is
Well, and World War I is not one that's covered very often.
It isn't. It was a good movie.
The sequel was way better.
It was one of those things.
World War II was the Empire.
So the description starts April 6th, 1917, and at first I was going to go April 6th, 1917. There was a riot going on. Tell me, where were you?
Oh my god. Probably in a trench, dying from mustard gas.
Yeah. Number 2 this week. 2 detectives face off against a mother and son pair of drug lords who wreak vengeful havoc on their city. This is a sequel. It's the third.
This isn't Dread.
No.
What is this?
No, it's a sequel. It's the third in a popular series that it took a long time. The first one came out in the 90s. It has
Scream?
Bill and Ted?
Nope, it has 2 a pair of
Fighting
detectives.
drug dealers.
Yeah, face off a mother and some pair of
Through
drug
time.
lords.
I'd watch it.
It stars two actors who were probably most famous in the 90s, although one of them remained famous and beloved up until pretty recently when he stopped being beloved.
Jesus Christ.
Kevin Spacey?
No, not that bad.
Will Smith.
And
Is this Martin Lawrence? Is this Bad Boys 3?
Bad Boys for Life. Yep.
For life.
Oh.
Yep.
What you gonna do?
I still have love for Will Smith. He just slapped another dude on stage and it was embarrassing. We won't get
Right.
into it.
I'm taking a break.
Yeah.
But it's not like Cosby or Louis.
No, I don't
Or-
hate Will Smith. I can still watch Will Smith movies.
Yeah.
Like, it's not.
Well, no, like parents just don't understand. Came on Shuffle in the car. I was like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to laugh along with you, Will.
Yeah. It's like parents just don't understand how I assaulted Chris Rock for a really
You're a
flimsy
parent,
reason.
and I don't think you understand.
Yeah. And number 1, after splitting with the Joker, Harley Quinn joins superheroines Black Canary, Huntress, and Renee Montoya
And Renee.
to save a young girl from an evil crime lord.
Flamboyant enabling of... Who is this again? Harley.
Oh, the fantabulous emancipation of one Miss Harley Quinn.
I love it because you have to go back. Like, what the fuck? What did they call this again?
Yeah.
It's clever. I think it's really clever.
I love
as
the
a
title. I really like this movie. That brings us to the end of the box office top 10, which means it is time for Professor Von Weber to tell us what we need to know about the character and comic book background of these comic book characters.
I am prepared. Okay, so Harley Quinn. We have spoken about her before, but just a brief refresher. Also known as Harleen Frances Quinzel, created by Paul Dini and Bruce Timm for the Batman animated series. First seen in the episode Joker's Favor, September 11th of 1992. Her first comic appearance was in the Batman Adventures number 12, September of 1993. But this was a non-canon story. The first canonical appearance was in October of 99, all the way in 99, in Batman: Harley Quinn number 1. Next up, we have Renee Montoya. She was also a creation of Bruce Timm and Paul Dini, along with Mitch Bryan, for the Batman animated series, but she was preemptively introduced in the comics in Batman number 475, March of 1992. In the series, the cartoon series, I remember her mostly as a foil for Detective Harvey Bullock.
Yeah.
But in comics, she eventually became so she was a detective with the Gotham Police Department. In comics, she would eventually become the primary love interest of Kate Kane, aka Batwoman.
I think, Aaron Eckhart in Dark Knight, I think he says her name. Is that who Bullock's partner is? Because he's talking about the crooked cops down in Gordon's unit. Montoya had the mom that was dying. Anyways, tangent, but I think it
that's
was.
right. Yeah.
I don't remember precisely.
Fair enough.
Back in the comics, after being outed and framed for murder, Montoya became the second superhero known as Question. Moving on to Huntress. The first Huntress, Helena Alfreda Kyle Wayne, was an alternate universe daughter of Batman and Catwoman, first seen in DC Superstars number 17 in November of 1977. Wow. I hadn't realized that this character went back quite that far.
Yeah.
Following this character's death and erasure from history in the Infinite Earth Crisis of 1986, a new Huntress was created with the name of Helena Bertinelli. Helena Bertinelli first appears in the Huntress number 1, April of 1989, created by Joey Cavalieri and Joe Staton, who co-created the first Huntress. Let's see. She was the daughter of a prominent mafia family, the Bertinelli family. She was kidnapped and raped at an early age and later witnessed. Wait, what happened here? Oh, I'm doing something stupid. She was kidnapped and raped by a rival mafia family, later witness to her parents' murder. Helena crusades to put an end to the mafia. She traveled and trained before returning to Gotham as the Huntress.
So she's Michael Corleone. Even in this, they say she goes to Sicily.
Yeah. Yeah. Like she's 100% Michael Corleone.
Yeah. And she comes back and she's badass.
A master of martial arts, proficient with the battle staff and crossbow, Huntress would briefly wear the mantle of Batgirl. Next up, we have Black Canary. Black Canary is the name of two superheroes from DC Comics. The original Black Canary was created by Robert Kanigher and Carmine Infantino, debuting in Flash Comics number 86, August of 1947. So one of the earliest superheroines. It was several years after Wonder Woman, but still. The original Black Canary, Dinah Drake, was initially a hand-to-hand fighter without superpowers, who often posed as a criminal to infiltrate criminal gangs. Later stories depicted her as a world-class martial artist with a superpower dubbed the Canary Cry, a high-powered sonic scream that could shatter objects and incapacitate or kill her foes. Even later stories established Black Canary as two different people, Dinah Drake and her daughter, Dinah Laurel Lance, saying that the story since the Silver Age focused on the daughter, ascribing her superpower to a genetic mutation. Since the 60s, Dinah Laurel Lance has been a professional and romantic partner of Green Arrow. Black Canary has been a member of the Justice Society, the Justice League, and a founding member of the Birds of Prey.
And Avon.
Next up, we have Cassandra Cain, created by Kelly Puckett and Damian Scott, first seen in Batman number 567, July of 1999. The daughter of assassins David Cain and Lady Shiva, Cassandra grew up deprived of speech and human contact as conditioning to become the world's greatest assassin. Cassandra grew up to be an expert martial artist with the uncanny ability to read complex thoughts from body language, simultaneously developing very limited social skills and remaining mute and illiterate. Cassandra's made her first kill at the age of 8 years old. Reading the dying man's body language, she became appalled at what she had done and ran away from her father trainer.
That's weird. Reading someone's body language as they die. Yeah. They're dying.
Cassandra eventually made her way to Gotham City, saved Commissioner Gordon after a severe earthquake, and was taken in by Bruce Wayne. Cassandra would eventually become the new Batgirl, the first Batgirl to have her own title comic book in the year 2000.
Huh.
Cassandra yo-yoed between heroism and villainy for a while before passing the Batgirl identity to a Stephanie Brown in 2009. Cassandra has since operated as a vigilante without a code name, then later under the names of Black Bat and Orphan. We have Victor Zsasz back. We discussed him probably more than we should have for Batman Begins, I believe. But first appearing in Batman Shadow of the Bat #1 in June of 1992, Victor Zsasz is a serial killer who carves a tally mark into himself to mark every kill. Black Mask, this week's Big Bad, was created by Doug Mensch and Tom Mandrake. First appeared in Batman #386 in August of 1985. Real name Roman Sionis. Commonly depicted as ruthless Gotham crime lord with a fixation on masks, who derives sadistic pleasure from the act of torture. Born to wealthy and self-absorbed parents, he was dropped on his head at birth by a clumsy doctor.
Oh, that's the cause of his villainy.
There was nothing in the vat he fell in.
It's just hard floor.
Just an iron tank. Steel
That's
tank,
amazing.
whatever.
It's amazing he became Black Mask and not Mr. Tile.
Or Al Capone when he started to lose it. Call me Snorky.
Call me Surgeon's Glove. Why? Because I was dropped by a surgeon. I don't know. I guess they're not surgeons. They're just doctors.
Young Roman Sionis was forced to befriend a young pre-orphan Bruce Wayne.
Pre-orphan.
Pre-orphan.
We're all pre-orphan.
After high school, Roman killed his parents by burning down the family mansion. After ruining the family company, Janus Cosmetics, Roman broke into his parents' crypt, was struck by lightning, and carved an ebony mask from pieces of his dead dad's coffin.
That dude had a life.
He got dropped on
He
his
really
head
did.
and then struck by lightning after killing his parents.
Burning down the family mansion. That's like, dude, what are you
opening the crypt?
This is and then also he carved his mask from his father's casket.
This is like Days of Our Lives.
Yeah.
DC and their convoluted origins.
I love all of this though, that they just ignore it in the story in this movie.
They do mention him being dropped on his head at some point.
Oh, that's
all.
They don't go for the
That's all.
I carved this mask from my father's casket. Because they totally had him say that.
I was forced to be friends with pre-orphan.
Nobody likes pre-orphan Bruce Wayne. They like his later work.
Somehow.
Finally, the team itself, Birds of Prey. First seen in Showcase number 96. Showcase 96 in number 3, March of 1996.
Well, that's confusing.
Showcase 96, number 3. The third showcase of 96. Created by Jordan B. Gorfinkel.
I love his work with Simon.
Simon and Gorfinkel.
Do you think Gorfinkel and Garfunkel? I'd love to see a team up of Gorfinkel and Garfunkel.
Finkel and Funko, yeah. Finally.
Birds of Prey was initially a team up of Black Canary and Oracle, also known as Barbara Gordon. Also formerly known as Batgirl. The team would expand to include many of the ass-whooping ladies of the DC universe, as well as the occasional male. Some notables include Huntress, Lady Blackhawk, Blue Beetle, Catwoman, Cassandra Cain, Hawk and Dove, Hawk Girl, Poison Ivy, Power Girl, and Vixen.
Blue Beetle is the only dude on that list, right?
Hawk of Hawk and Dove.
But wasn't there
Well-
a female Blue Beetle for a while?
Oh, yeah. I think you're right.
For real?
So if you're a bird themed dude, you can get into Birds of Prey.
You can get it.
Or maybe bug.
Yeah.
Bird or
Bird.
bug.
Birds of a feather.
The phrase Birds of Prey is not mentioned in story until issue number 86 of the series, when Linda Blake, aka Lady Blackhawk, suggests it might be a fitting name for the group, but she's ignored by her distracted teammates at the time.
What are we? Some sort of birds of prey?
The
just have a
Fantabulous
notebook of, like,
Emancipation of
band
one
names.
Miss Harley Quinn.
What? What throw? You cut out.
I said the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Miss Harley Quinn. What are we?
I don't want to get too far off track, but did anybody watch the new Game of Thrones, the first episode?
Yeah.
No.
Not yet.
At one point, one of the characters, and this isn't a spoiler, one of them says to the other, "Yes, it is a song of ice and fire." I was like, this is how we're fucking starting the show.
They said the
nice.
thing.
The name of the thing. In the thing.
Guys. I love. I really wish they'd do that in every movie. Like, what is this? Some sort of psycho?
Now, that's how we will rehabilitate Will Smith's image, is by putting him in every movie, walking on screen, looking at the camera and saying, "What is this?"
I'm Robert Illusion. Yeah, that would be if they were like, Mr. President, look, it's a clear and present danger to your safety.
Schindler, your list is fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Have you seen this list? Schindler's.
Have you seen Schindler's List?
It
It's
was
a
the
great
list itself. Like, that is a fine list indeed.
Top Gun 2. Use the Top Gun.
Two.
Bottom gun.
Maverick.
Two. I mean, also.
What is this trigger pull? The Top Gun? Oh, God.
What is this? Some sort of Star Wars?
Oh my God! I almost said that word for word.
Oh.
Garfinkel.
Yep.
And that's all I had.
Thank you, Al.
Thank you, Al.
Thank you, Al. Thank you, Gorfinkel, as well.
Thank you,
For
Gorfinkel.
existing.
Gorfinkel and Garfinkel.
Wait, is it
Together again.
Gorfinkel?
It's
Is there
Gorfinkel.
For the
deity?
first time.
Gorfinkel v. Garfinkel, the Dawn of Justice.
Garfinkel v. Garfunkel.
That's right.
Don't forget the funk.
That's
Oh.
hey,
Gotta have that funk.
The typewriter v.
Give up
acoustic
that.
guitar?
yeah. All right, that brings us to the production of the film itself. So they announced a Birds of Prey movie in 2016, ahead of the release of Suicide Squad. And Margot Robbie was attached to it immediately, of course, and she was attached as a producer. So she pitched this specifically as a female empowerment film. She said that she needed a team. She pitched it Birds of Prey as being a Harley Quinn movie, and she worked on it. She kept workshopping it for several years. She was involved for the entire duration. They brought on Kathy Yan to direct. Kathy Yan came in and she got a meeting and pitched it to Margot Robbie and whoever at Warner Brothers at the time. The only movie she
David
made,
S. Goyer. She told David S. Goyer
it was 100% David S. Goyer in the room somewhere.
somewhere.
The only movie she made prior to this was a movie called Dead Pigs, which is I want to get this right, which was
Sounds like a comedy.
it's a dark comedy. It it was okay.
What are these
Shanghai?
dead
It was
pigs doing in here?
It was a it was a Chinese language film. I wanted to make sure I got the link. It was Chinese. It's a Chinese film. So
Like Rosetta Stone? Or?
yeah, since Birds of Prey, she's the only thing she's directed is an episode of Succession. So
Well, shit.
yeah, her
Those are all good.
Yeah, absolutely. They brought in Christina Hodson. Margot Robbie specifically brought in Christina Hodson to write. She wanted a female writer and a female director. Margot Robbie fought for that, and she got it. Christina Hodson, prior to this, wrote Bumblebee and the Bumblebee movie.
Which is one of the good ones.
Yeah, that's I heard. I haven't seen it, but I hear it's the best Transformers movie. She also wrote a couple smaller films called Shut In and Unforgettable. And she has a writing credit on the upcoming The Flash movie, which may or may not ever be released.
Yikes. Hopefully not. Not because of this writer, obviously.
Yeah.
I want to see Michael Keaton, though.
Yeah.
It's really
of course.
interesting, Margot Robbie being this catch, because she's great in the role, obviously. She's the best part of both Suicide Squad movies and this.
Huh?
But that she was capable and willing to, like make them bend a little bit to her will. Like, no, I'll do this if you give me a movie.
She used her powers for good.
Absolutely.
So rarely do you see that
Absolutely.
in the backroom dealings of movie making.
I would say at this point she's the RDJ of the DC EU.
She's the best part of it.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
everybody might look great, but nobody's had the opportunity to be good like this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because they switch Batman too often.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. Strongest character.
They told Cavill never to smile.
Yeah. It's like,
Ugh.
guys. The working title of this film as they were shooting was Fox Force 5, which is
that's great.
yeah, the Pulp Fiction reference.
Yep.
And possibly a Kill Bill reference. Kill Bill might just
I
be
think
Fox
so.
Force
Yeah.
5. Yeah. But there's not much to say about this film's production. They made it. We've talked about Margot Robbie before, obviously, with Suicide Squad. And, oh, God, is this only her second appearance? I feel like she was in something between this. Was Harley Quinn in something between Suicide Squad and this? Wow. I just feel like I've seen her so much in this role, but it was only 3 times, I guess.
Yeah.
That's how powerful she is. She owns it.
Yeah. Mary Elizabeth Winstead, we did talk about when she was in Sky High.
Oh, that's right. We didn't
2005.
do Scott Pilgrim.
We did not do Scott Pilgrim, although that should probably be on our longer list along with
comic
Ghost
book
World.
movie.
We'll swing back around.
Yeah. So, but not necessarily a superhero movie, but a comic book movie. But yeah, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, she's great in just about everything. Then Jimmy Smollett Bell as Black Canary. Up for that role, along with her was Janelle Monáe and Gugu Mbatha-Raw.
Are you kidding me? We could have had Janelle Monáe in this role.
Either of those would have been great, although I do think Jimmy Smollett Bell did a great job.
She's fantastic. She was
Yeah.
really good in this. She's good in everything. But damn, I would
Yeah.
have loved to see Janelle Monáe in a DC movie.
Yeah, she's
so
got-
charming.
She's got the voice. She could have just done the singing herself. I'm not sure if Jimmy Smollett Bell, does she sing? Did she do her
I
own?
think so. I
Okay.
think she sang.
Up for Huntress, by the way, which Mary Elizabeth Winstead played Huntress, was also Alexandra Daddario and Kristen Milotti, who both
She's definitely the better.
she's
the better
the
cast.
best
out
of those 3. Alexandra Daddario, is so I don't know. She has no personality on screen. I feel like
She has beautiful blue eyes, though.
she has amazing eyes. She's a beautiful woman, but she has zero personality on screen. Kristen Milotti is basically what's her face? Hawkeye's wife.
Linda Cardellini.
Linda,
Oh,
she's
yeah,
basically like mini Linda Cardellini to me.
But she's been doing a lot of awesome stuff. She's in Fargo right now. She's in that Peacock show, The Resort. She is at the moment. But,
Chris, she was
in Wolf of Wall Street with Margot Robbie.
Yeah, well, and she was really great in that Andy Samberg Groundhog Day movie that they did, Palm Springs.
Oh yeah.
That was a good movie.
Made for Love or something.
Oh
like
yeah,
that
show it just got canceled because it's on HBO. Anyways, Rosie Perez is Renee Montoya. I think this is our first Rosie Perez on this show. I think.
Billy.
I don't think she was in anything else we've done so far, but like Rosie fucking Perez, she was a fly girl on In Living Color.
Yeah.
She was
White Men Can't Jump.
Oh my God, she was amazing in White Can't. She opened Do the Right Thing.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. Thank God for the right titty.
Yeah. Yes. White Man Can't Jump. She was amazing in that. She was in a ton of movies in the 90s. Let's see, Fearless, Night on Earth. Oh, was she the cab driver in Night on Earth?
She was one of them, I believe.
Yeah.
No, Winona Ryder was one.
Winona Ryder was a cab driver. Rosie Perez was in Night on Earth, though. I love Rosie Perez. Oh, Pineapple Express. She was.
Yeah.
Yes.
What an adorable little cop.
Yeah, she was great in this.
Yeah. Perfect choice.
Yeah. Chris Messina as Victor Zsasz. He was in the Mindy Project. Okay.
I have to say though, on the series Gotham, Victor Zsasz was played by NoHo Hank.
Oh my God!
Really?
Oh my God!
Awesome.
I bet
he works for Oswald through most of it. The Penguin, but yeah.
Wow.
I've been avoiding that show, and now I really want to watch it.
I kind of liked it because Bruce was in it very little.
I just love NoHo Hank.
Yeah,
So
that dude.
He's great as Victor Zsasz, the psychopath.
Victor Zsasz was in, what was that, The Newsroom? He's one of the executives.
Yep.
I think.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. He was also in Damages, 6 Feet Under, Sharp Objects. He was he in 6 Feet Under? Was he the guy from the big mortuary service, corporate mortuary that was trying to get them to sell out? I can't remember. But if on the big screen, he was in Vicky Cristina Barcelona, Ruby Sparks. Yeah. He's more of a character actor than anything else, I feel like.
He's great. He shows up and looks good, I think is what he's always
Yeah.
supposed to look sharp all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Ella J. Basco as Cassandra Cain. They were originally trying to cast an actual 12-year-old in this. And she was born in 2006. So she was like 14.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's one of the best parts of this whole movie.
Oh, she's great. She is great.
She's the one consistent, steady thing throughout the movie. Everything else is chaos.
Yeah. Other than this, she doesn't have any other feature film credits. She did some Grey's Anatomy and some an episode of Veep, and that's about it. She's a singer. She has numerous albums out.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. None of them do well. She's very indie. Huh. Well, good for her. I'll have to check her out. Ali Wong as Ellen Yi. That's the DA.
The girlfriend, the ex-girlfriend.
The ex-girlfriend, Montoya's ex-girlfriend. Yeah, absolutely.
She's the one actor in this movie where I was like, damn, you're kind of wasted in your role. I wish we had seen another 5 minutes of her.
Yeah, I would have liked a little more of her because she is good.
She's so funny too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ali Wong is really funny.
So funny.
Oh gosh. So her career. Let's see. She did a voice in Ralph Breaks the Internet. She does a lot of voice work. The Angry Birds movie. OKKO. She did some voice work on Big Mouth. Of course, she's like a stand-up. Comedian.
Yeah, her stand-ups are incredible. She's great sets.
Yeah. And of course, Ewan McGregor as Black Mask, Roman Sionis. Is this our... I know we talked about him in our Star Wars series, but that's on the Patreon. I don't think he's been in anything we've done on the main feed here, has he?
Nope.
No.
Wow. Okay. Ewan McGregor, best known, of course, as Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Train Spotting.
Train Spotting was probably where I first became aware of him. He was great in all. He was also great in
Big Fish.
Big Fish.
Moulin
What was it?
Rouge.
Shallow Grave. That was Danny. What's his face's first?
Shallow Grave.
First
Danny
film.
Boyle.
Danny.
That's
Boyle's
a fantastic film.
Yeah, Shallow Grave was great. I mean, he's Ewan McGregor.
He was again. He was in Fargo with Mary Elizabeth Winstead, same season, and he plays twin brothers. And yeah, sometimes he gets shit for his accent, but in that show, he did the Minnesotan accent just like so, as well as Martin Freeman did in the first series.
Martin Freeman's
Wow.
Minnesota
Perfect.
accent was incredible.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ewan McGregor's accent in this is insane because it's
I love
definitely
it.
not British, but it's nothing I've ever heard before. It's not. I don't know what it is. But
it's a kid who went to boarding schools.
Yeah, it's
and
transatlantic.
stuff.
It's
Yeah.
Audrey Hepburn, you know.
Just a trust fund kid who's traveled the world. Yeah.
Yeah, over
That's my
enunciates
guess.
every syllable.
yeah,
Plus, he was dropped on his head. But he makes But he makes some fun choices. Ewan McGregor.
he absolutely
I think-
does.
I think either sometime recently, I was saying that he reminds me of Sam Rockwell in the first Charlie's Angels,
Oh,
where he's like doing these almost sort of creepy kind of dances and is like moonwalking and getting really into. I don't know. It reminded me of that.
When was Doctor Sleep filmed?
Oh.
So,
Was that
18, 19?
18?
somewhere
Yeah.
around there, 17, 18, yeah.
This kind of reminds me of Doctor Sleep, and I wonder if he brought a little bit of like weird Jack Nicholson to this. That's what I took away from some of the dancing shows. Like he's like slinking around, kind of.
Right.
Like,
They're creepy. The
Yeah.
movements are creepy.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
yeah.
He's
Fun
very
for
much
him, I guarantee.
He very much is playing it like a beast of some sort. Yeah, that's about it for our cast. That's about it for our background. So they Jared Leto was apparently angry that he wasn't asked to be in it.
Good for her, man. Good
He's
for her not
angry that he
fucking
was-
even asking.
Yeah. He gets mad about every single thing that's Joker related that he's not asked to do. And it's like, dude, you are barely the Joker. You barely qualify to be on that list.
Well, and the short answer to why is you sent me a dead pig, you sick fuck.
Yeah, we don't like you. You're a weird cult leader.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Jared Leto.
Which
yeah.
honestly, I think that speaks volumes to his character. The fact that she did not say like, oh, it'd be really great to even have you for the short snippets of the Joker being in this movie.
Yeah.
That's not him.
They used a body double for those shots. Yeah. So that's about it, guys. You ready to jump into the movie itself?
After my egg sandwich.
Oh, wait. I almost forgot. I have a few reviews, a few letterboxed reviews here. I have 2 bad reviews and 2 good reviews. I'm beginning to think this is the format I'm going to do for our reviews. So with half a star, garbage film. What a waste of characters. If they don't know how to adapt comic book characters to live action, then don't make a live action movie. What a disrespect to source material. Which is weird.
Is that a Cassandra Cain complaint, you think?
I
Or-
don't know, because Harley Quinn is not technically a comic book character. I mean, she appeared in the comic books, but that's not her source, technically.
But I mean, the only other the characters that get bent around are Huntress, maybe, because she was a Batgirl, and Cassandra Cain being Batgirl. Maybe they're upset because it's not Batgirl.
Maybe.
Yeah, Cassandra Cain, I think, was the furthest from the source material. Black Canary, a little bit, but not enough to complain about. I don't.
They really wanted to see Ewan McGregor carve that mask out of a casket. They wanted,
They wanted to see him struck
crying in
by
the
lightning.
rain. Yeah.
Cornflake writes, and by the way, this guy has an anime avatar, writes, liberal white woman the movie. I can't imagine what kind of person Cornflake is. With 5,
there are very few white women in this movie. I guess Harley, and she's like bleached white from the chemicals.
Yeah.
Of the 5, just 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one's Italian. You know about them.
Is Mary Elizabeth Winstead Italian?
I doubt it.
She's
but
not in real life, but she plays Bertinelli,
yeah.
Eddie Van Halen's wife, Valerie Bertinelli.
With 5 stars, Bogertine says, they're all stupid males. I wouldn't even try to fight back if Harley Quinn was beating the shit out of me. Heart emoji.
Wow. Step on my neck,
take.
Queen.
He wanted everyone to just submit. Okay.
Someone's got a fetish. Yeah.
Good action. Good action movie.
And Trip Smith writes, 5 stars, just writes, Margot Robert. 4 exclamation points.
You dead named her.
So, all right. You dead named her. Are we ready?
Yeah, is that her like a formal name?
Robert.
Robert. Yeah, Robbie is short for Robert. Her friends call her Margot Bob.
That's Robbie to you.
Or is Margot short for Margoterit?
Yes.
It's Margoterit Robert.
Look it
to
up.
You.
So, all right, guys, we ready to jump into the movie?
I think so.
Got my Margoterit Robert here.
Yes, I finished my egg sandwich.
Here we go. This is Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Miss Harley Quinn. We open with Harley Quinn narrating the story. She tells us the story of her life, including her rough childhood, her job as a psychiatrist, her relationship with the Joker. Then
it all opens with animation?
Yeah.
Which is clever.
Which is a nice nod to the fact that that this character started in animation.
Yeah. She started as a cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really clever. I was like, look at them.
And
thing.
Yeah.
And the Joker they showed in the cartoon clip was very sort of classic animated Joker.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, it was more cartoony than that, but still, like, the style wise was like dead on.
Purple suit, like very, very Jokery. Yeah.
Very clown prince. Yeah. It did a better job than Jared Leto did. And I'm not just making that as a joke, but do you know what I mean? Like, they sort of brought it back. He wasn't in the movie, but they briefly brought it back to that cartoonishness.
They did.
Of the Joker.
Absolutely.
The clown prince of crime thing. The dude that shoots people at the club drinking Henny.
Have you guys been caught up with the Harley Quinn cartoon?
Yeah. I wouldn't say caught up. I've been watching a lot. Yeah.
The most recent Joker episode was amazing. Amazing. What are you, some kind of socialist? No, I'm not like a socialist. I am a socialist.
Yeah, he runs for
mayor and wins because he's the best candidate. He's offering everyone free health care.
And he's just shocked that people voted for him.
Yeah.
God, it's so great.
Oh, but I love the running gag through that where Two-Face keeps backstabbing people. And he's like, the name is Two-Face. What about this? Are you kidding?
He was Gordon's campaign manager. Yeah. What? What's my name, Jim?
So yes, her and the Joker broke up. Harley gets an apartment on her own and cuts her hair. She gets a pet hyena and takes up roller derby.
Her cutting her hair and immediately bursting into tears is so real.
Oh, yes.
So real. And the hyena was a nod to the show. That was cool.
Yeah.
something I want to point out. This is the first Gotham City that's L.A.
Yeah.
There are even some LA landmarks. They don't try really to dress it in any other way, but usually it's Chicago. But it's not a dark, grim. It's dirty. It's packed with people, but it's all very bright.
Yeah, no, it's like 70s LA feel to it, where it's like a Dirty Harry was San Francisco, but like that, like cops in LA feel to it.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a couple times they go over the the white bridges that go over the LA River, go over the aqueduct, stuff like that.
Huh. The daytime shots in this are really surprising.
This is
it's daytime in Gotham.
I was gonna say this is the most we've ever seen Gotham in daytime, I think, in anything ever.
Yeah, where it's not gray
refreshing.
or brown.
Yeah,
it's bright, but it's very gray and brown. Like feels like a city. We're in Chinatown, right? When she's getting breakfast.
Yeah,
she lives in Chinatown,
maybe it's
basically.
Yeah, Koreatown. Yeah, I don't know.
The corner of all the different towns is what it seems like.
Yeah. So one night she gets drunk at a nightclub, breaks the legs of the driver of Roman Sionis, a ruthless crime lord.
The same guy who got killed by what's her name, little baby Wolverine.
Yeah.
He's one of the first kills in that. It's also the guy that Barry fights, the Taekwondo world champion in Barry v. Lily. Still one of the single best action episodes of television ever filmed.
Oh, that was an amazing episode. That Barry episode. Oh my God. Barry. Holy shit, that show.
That show.
Every time I see him now, though, I'm like, oh, it's Lily's dad.
She confesses to burlesque singer Dinah Lance that she and the Joker broke up. Afterwards, she overhears her roller derby teammates talking about her and the Joker's relationship. So she goes and blows up the chemical factory where she became Harley Quinn as a message to the world that she and the Joker broke up.
Yeah, and she explains that the protection she gets from being associated with the Joker is, limitless.
Yeah.
She knows that it's going to be open season by her doing this, but it's her emancipation, man. You got to go all the way.
Yeah. Yep. Independence. All you ladies of independence, throw your hands up in the air.
Oh, yeah. You can't be a little bit free. That's contradictory to the idea.
Yeah. We get our title card. We flash back 4 minutes to meet Renee Montoya. She's a good cop whose career was stalled at detective when her old partner took credit for a case she broke, and he became captain.
Her old partner, Captain Adam Fuller from Jump Street.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. Renee is investigating a murder of several mob bosses by a mysterious figure known as the Crossbow Killer.
The funniest running gag in this movie.
Absolutely. Yeah. She hears the factory explode, rushes to the scene. She finds Harley's J necklace and surmises that Harley was sending a message to the public that she and the Joker broke up. We cut to Roman torturing a couple of people for a diamond he's after. We find out he's also known as Black Mask. Then we cut to Harley getting breakfast. She takes her sandwich, but is immediately accosted by Renee, who wants to arrest her. A bunch of assassins who have grievances with her over various things. She runs, loses her sandwich, manages to escape Renee, but eventually gets surrounded by a group of mercenaries. Also, the Crossbow Killer saves her life, kind of accidentally.
Yeah.
We cut to Renee in the police station. She talks to a young pickpocket named Cassandra Cain. Renee believes that Roman is linked to some murders, and it's to get the diamond, which is encoded with a bunch of secret bank account numbers of the Bertinelli family, a crime family who were all murdered years before. Renee had a connection with Roman's driver before he was put out of commission by Harley Quinn breaking his legs. The chief doesn't want her going after Roman because his family is rich and powerful. She gets a call from Dinah, who tells her that Cassandra Cain, the pickpocket, has the diamond. At that point, Harley Quinn bursts into the police station, shooting her way with beanbags through a beanbag gun, a glitter beanbag gun through the police station to the holding
Sometimes
cells.
paint.
sometimes paint, to break out Cassandra. I loved the sequence, but also I was like, all you cops have guns. What are you doing?
She's using beanbags. Glitter bombs.
We know cops. She would have gone down in a hail of bullets within moments.
Yeah, first a taser, then a baton, and then they'll be shot for good measure.
Like, I enjoyed the sequence. I'll suspend my disbelief, but that one was a little much.
Yeah, but it was fun in a music video kind of way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And it's very acrobatic.
Yes. It was
That's why she's a hard to hit target. Because she flips around, I guess.
She is. If a few of them had been shooting guns at her and she was simply like flipping around too much for them to hit her, I maybe would have not even thought about it. But anyways, then we get a flashback to the night Harley got drunk at the club. We can see Dinah singing. She's also known as Black Canary. Roman is trying to form a partnership with the Golden Lions, a crime organization, and a boy band.
And the baby lords. I wish there was a baby lord at the table. Drinking orange juice. Oh, yeah.
Throwing guns at people.
What'd you say to me? Click.
Their leader says no. He's the guy that Roman was torturing earlier. In the future earlier. We flip back and forth in time a lot. Harley and Dinah talk at the bar. Then Harley gets drugged by a dude who's trying to kidnap her in the back alley in his van. Dinah sees this, beats up the dude and his kidnapping partner. Roman watches this through a window. He sends his right-hand man, Victor Zsasz, to go tell Dinah that she's now Roman's driver.
Dinah, don't you blow. Dinah, don't you blow.
She goes home, meets Cassandra in the stairwell of her apartments where they both live. Then over the next week, Dinah drives for Roman. Renee approaches Dinah to get her to become an informant like the previous driver was and tell her when Roman gets the diamond. Dinah
they mention her mom at this point. So having previously worked with the GCPD. So I'm guessing a nod to the original Dinah Drake.
Who?
Yeah.
She ended up dead because of it. Sadly. Sorry to laugh, Dinah.
We all know what snitches get.
Sorry to laugh. Yeah.
It was a nervous laugh, Dinah.
Yes.
Fictional character, you.
So Dinah goes to Roman's place. He shows her his masks. He's very proud of his masks. Then Victor tells him that Harley and the Joker broke up, so he sends his guys to find Harley. He sends Victor and Dinah to go get the diamond. Cassandra picks Victor's pocket, though, takes the diamond when they're out on the street. She then immediately gets arrested. And she
is strolling, pickpocketing everyone on the street.
Yeah.
And she just so happens to
literally
pick up the rock.
skipping down the street.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this. This is one of the best parts.
Artful dodger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frolicking.
We see in the police station that she swallows the diamond. They break the news to Roman, which, by the way, don't swallow a diamond. That's going to hurt coming out.
One of the hardest substances on earth. Hardest?
Yeah. So they break the news to Roman.
Big rock, too.
Yeah. That was a big diamond. They break the news to Roman that they lost the diamond. He's mad. At the same time, his men arrive with Harley as their prisoner. To cheer himself up, he decides to torture Harley to death. She talks her way out of it by offering to get the diamond back for him. Unknown to her, he also posts on mercenary Tinder or mercenary Twitter that he's offering $500,000 for Cassandra. We cut back to Dinah calling Renee, and then we cut back to the present with Harley in the police station. She gets Cassandra out of her cell, also accidentally releases a bunch of criminals who are mad about her. I'm mad about you.
Paul Reiser style.
Yeah. Helen, I'm going to go Helen Hunt on your ass.
I was going to say, that's the martial arts style. The
This is-
polarizer.
This is something that I wish we'd gotten more of. This and the
Mad About
masks
You?
too was the
Yeah.
releasing people from jail. I wish we had gotten a few more people that had gotten out of jail because of her. Because those were always fun surprises when they happened in the movie. I was like, damn, we could have done like 3 or 4 more of these to the point of overkill. It would have been really fun.
It really would have.
But you could have,
like
you could have had a
Calendar
fun.
Man, you know, or somebody. But
Totally.
It would have been. Yeah, it would have been a lot of. It was a lot of fun, and I definitely could have taken more. So all right, she fights them, and then she fights Renee. A gang of biker mercenaries show up, so she fights them. Eventually, her and Cassandra get away in a minivan, with a with a mattress on the roof. Was that a reference to something? It felt like a reference. I'm not sure to what specifically, but
I think that it was just she's just scavenging for shit. That was what I looked at it as. It was like,
oh, I know when she grabbed the minivan, but a minivan with a mattress on a van with a mattress on the roof felt like a reference, some sort of weird cartoon or comic reference somewhere. I couldn't place it. So they get chased by another mercenary who they kill. They stop at
a Kahlo looking bitch.
Yeah. They stop at
the kid explodes with a stick of dynamite.
Yes. Yeah.
She's now a murderer.
Yeah, she just throws it out the window and blows her up. They go to a grocery store for laxative and supplies. Cassandra tells Harley she swallowed the diamond. Cassandra's impressed with Harley and her independence, looks up to her as a role model, so she decides not to escape from her. They go back to Harley's apartment and they do a little bit of bonding. Some girl time. The crossbow killer shows up. We learn Go ahead, Al.
We find out that the hyena is named Bruce after that hunky Wayne guy.
Named after Bruce Wayne, which is hilarious. Yeah.
Which, did we touch on the fact that she fed the guy that she bought the hyena to the hyena?
No, we did not.
Yeah.
That's character actor. Oh God, I don't know.
It was his twin brother, right? That she fed him to.
Yeah. Yeah, because he shows up playing his twin brother. Yeah, but that dude's in so many things. Oh God, I'm trying to think. There's a specific role I'm thinking of from like the 80s or 90s that he was in. But yeah, character actor dude. So let's see. We learn that the crossbow killer is Helena Bertinelli. Having survived her family's massacre, she became trained as an assassin. She's been targeting each of the gangsters responsible for her family's murders, and her given moniker is Huntress. Meanwhile, Roman is told that Harley got Cassandra, but they got away. Roman is angry. He takes it out on some random patrons of his club. That was a terrifying scene.
Yeah.
Helena.
Yeah, they went a really specific direction with his type of evil, which is interesting.
Yeah. He's so insecure. He is so insecure. Helena sees all this and goes after Harley and Cassandra. Meanwhile, Renee gets fired from the police force after the DA's assistant, her ex-girlfriend, tells the chief she was breaking the rules to get to Roman. Back at Harley's apartment, the police show up looking for her at the same time that her building gets blown up by some random mercenary. She doesn't know why that guy's mad at her. She and Cassandra escape, but discover that her land...
Oh, was this the one where with the explanations like that were written in the corner that had the eggplant with the no eggplant?
Yeah.
Oh,
All small
emoji.
dick.
Yeah.
Question mark.
Yeah. Yeah. Small dick question mark. Yeah.
No eggplants? Question mark.
So let's see. After her landlord sells her out for a $500,000 reward, she despairs about anyone's and decides that she just has to look out for herself and she decides she's going to deliver Cassandra to Roman. She calls him. They agree to meet in an old abandoned amusement park. Dinah tells...
It's Gotham City.
Yep. And there's abandoned...
So many abandoned things.
Everything's abandoned in Gotham. Yeah.
Called the booby trap.
Yes.
Yes. And a booby is a bird.
It is. Oh, the booby trap, huh? Dinah tells Renee about the meeting. Her betrayal is noticed by Zaz, who tells Sionis. Sionis feels betrayed, and he puts on his mask to go out and get them.
Which could have been made from Daddy's casket.
Could have been. There's no way to know. At the park, Harley ties Cassandra to a toilet, tells her to poop out the diamond so she doesn't have to die. Renee confronts Harley, shows up, confronts Harley. Harley knocks her out of a window. Victor arrives and tranquilizes Harley, then holds Dinah at gunpoint. He gets killed by Helena, who reveals Victor was the last of her family's killers. Renee returns and reveals that Roman was the true mastermind behind Helena's family's massacre, and he had them killed trying to get the diamond. A standoff ensues. They realize that Roman has arrived with a bunch of masked criminals using Harley's old gear, which is in a trunk there, since they don't have any guns. The they decide to team up, and they repel the attack of the criminals. Basically, Roman's little army there. During the battle, Cassandra is captured by Roman. Dinah uses her voice to scream supersonically. I guess she's a metahuman.
And she passes out.
Yeah.
Like, she was very reluctant to use it, this being the first time she used it. I think Black Canary in the comics, not necessarily she passed out, but she preferred to take people on hand-to-hand before resorting to the canary cry.
She preferred to do it hand job style rather than oral. Yes.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to everyone. I'm 12 years old. Anyway, so...
And Al's a teacher, so his reaction was appropriate.
His reaction was 100% the reaction he has in class, I am certain. Disappointed more than anything else.
Wow.
Yeah. Harley chases Sionis on roller skates, and with the help of Helena, they pursue him. At a nearby pier, the final confrontation happens. Roman's going to kill Cassandra, but she pulls the ring from a grenade that she slipped in his jacket after taking it from Harley's weapon chest earlier. Harley throws him off the pier just as the grenade explodes, killing him. He was definitely dead. That was an on-screen death, the way he exploded into pieces.
Oh, yeah, parts of him went in different directions.
Yeah.
He's now in the family crypt.
Yes. The rest of the ladies then arrive. We cut to them getting tacos and margaritas. I could go for some tacos. And a margarita. Cassandra.
And Cassie finally drops the diamond, right?
Yep. She drops the diamond in the bathroom. Helena, Dinah, and Renee decide they're going to team up to fight crime. Harley and Cassandra steals Dinah's car. And with narration, we flash forward. She tells us that Renee quit the force entirely. Her, Dinah, and Helena team up and become the birds of prey. Harley uses the diamond to start her mercenary business, and she takes Cassandra under her wing. She and Cassandra, they found Bruce the hyena. He's okay after the explosion in Harley's apartment.
Just wandering the streets of Gotham.
Yes.
I want to watch that movie.
Just Bruce the hyena.
Bruce hyena in the city.
Yeah.
It's like the incredible journey
he gets up to.
The incredible journey, but with Bruce the hyena.
Yeah. They are nasty animals, man.
Yeah.
I don't mean gross. I mean temperament-wise.
Yeah.
They'll just be taking down little kids walking down the sidewalk.
I'd rather have a bear loose.
I'll never forgive them for what they did to Simba.
They laughed the whole time.
Cheech and Whoopi and who was it? Bobcat?
Bobcat, Cheech, and Whoopi. Yeah. So yeah, they finally get their breakfast sandwiches. Cassandra and Harley drive off into the sunset and roll credits. It was a really tight, economical little movie. Like we went through that pretty fast because there wasn't like a ton of plot. Like it was just boom, bang, bang, out.
It wasn't unanswerable.
Yeah, I have no
part.
questions besides that mask being carved from Daddy's coffin. This feels like a successful Sucker Punch. This is what Sucker Punch should have made me feel like at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean.
God, that movie was garbage.
There's the elements of like sexual violence and stuff in Sucker Punch that go unresolved, whereas this all is like, oh yeah, no, we blew that dude up.
The difference is a woman.
Yeah.
And then directing other women instead of Zack Snyder's like, this is what I'm into.
Well, and having it come as catharsis at the end instead of it just being like, oh, that guy was really bad. What happened at the end of this movie? Why did this movie exist? Yeah, this felt like all those things paid off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because women were involved.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like when she busts in the police station, she's not. She always puts a siren song kind of distraction on men, but like she's not in a bikini, she's not scantily clad, it's not Daddy's Little Monster kind of thing. She looks like Jackie Onassis. She's got the like scarf and the glasses on. Like she looks beautiful, but she's not revealing. And these are the differences. These are the subtle difference of when women are allowed to portray women.
There was no male, like she
the male gaze is very different.
Yeah.
You need a bikini and side boob now in a movie.
Yeah, there is no male gaze here, but she is still dressed like Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and she does the, what is it? Gentlemen prefer blondes?
Yeah, diamonds are a girl's best friend. Yeah,
Diamonds are a girl's best friend was a great choice because the diamond too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, thematically, like everything in this movie clicked. Like it was really tight.
I didn't want to make this comparison up front, but at the end, this feels like Deadpool and the success of making an off-the-wall thing that has to kind of, it has rough edges to fit into its universe.
Yeah.
We don't see the Joker. Gotham feels like LA. It all feels slightly different because we're seeing it from this character's perspective. But damn, did it work. And I wonder like how much of them seeing Deadpool going like, oh, we should go further than we had initially planned on going.
This, to this point, I mean, we're going to see The Suicide Squad later, so we'll talk about that. But to this point, this is probably my favorite DC EU movie.
Yeah, it's this and Shazam, really.
Yeah, I mean, Wonder Woman was fine, but but like this, this one's great. Absolutely.
It was smart that the villain was a known property, but then also, like you said, they just definitively killed him, Yes. When you use high-profile characters, you can't do that. And so it was good that we didn't see any of the Rogues Gallery or anything like that. But you knew that Black Mask was in those spheres. But you know what I mean? Like it was a good choice with the villain and what they did with him.
And I'd be willing to bet this gets another movie at some point because The Suicide Squad was so successful. It makes me wonder if they'll be more willing to use somebody like Bane. Like the animated Bane is incredible.
Oh God.
Yeah.
But like a film
maybe
Bane
the Birds of Prey. Like
goofy.
Well, she's
like
the director
or a Harley Quinn and Associates movie, which would be fun.
The director said that what she would like to do is to make a follow-up that focused on Harley and Poison Ivy's relationship.
Yeah, it would be nice to see that finally.
I would love to see that as on live action.
I think I'm over the Joker.
I'm over the Joker. Jesus Christ, Joker fatigue.
Who would make a good Poison Ivy next to Margot Robbie?
Ooh.
Any thoughts?
That's
Jessica Chastain.
Maybe. I don't know if she can go.
It's just the red hair.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I think it's got to be somebody taller.
Yeah.
So they stand next to each other.
Yeah, a modern Poison Ivy. That's a tough one.
I just like Lake Bell.
I mean, Lake Bell's doing a great job on this.
Yeah.
Kaylee Kuko is also doing a great job, but I don't know. That's tough. A live action Poison Ivy in 2022 is.
Oh, what about that Anya Taylor-Joy? Maybe.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Tall, thin, very interesting.
She's a lot younger.
Yeah. She is.
We don't. Do we know how? Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. But we don't really know how old Poison Ivy is.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I don't know, but I would love to see that on screen. Whoever it is, they would have to be able to hold their own with Margot Robbie, and because Margot Robbie is just fantastic. Like
they'll just have to be the straight man.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
a good straight man.
They would
be a really
but,
good
but they
straight
have to be able to hold the presence. Like, yeah. I don't know. I don't have much else to say. I really enjoyed this movie. It was really tight. Yeah.
It looked good.
Yeah.
It was colorful and exciting.
It was fun. It was a breath of fresh air in the fucking DC like sphere.
Yeah, they got a little light with it, which is nice.
It kept its pace.
We get a post-credits shout-out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
At the very end.
What was it?
Batman fucks. And it cuts off.
No.
It's like a secret about Batman. You know,
Yeah,
Batman
that's
on
it.
his foot, and then it just cuts off.
That's
he
funny.
fucks for sure.
Yeah.
I think, wasn't that a joke from
Peacemaker.
the show? Batman fucks
Oh.
bats?
Yes.
Okay.
I have to say, I like that it was light, but I also like that it had a very distinctive style. Like, they didn't try to make it like an MCU style film. Like, it was light in its very own specific way.
It was a fun action battle sequence at the end. That was fun.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
You guys
I
ready
don't
to
know
rank
how
it?
low we have Suicide Squad, but it's obviously better than that.
Absolutely. Let me go ahead and share
Where's our
this.
top DC EU, if that's a thing, even?
Well, yeah, because we have lots of DC movies higher.
Right. Yeah.
But this new...
the DC EU. So, like, I mean, we've got, like, Dark Knight and stuff way up there, but that's not like that. So, we've got Joker, which came out not too long before this, it's in the 20s.
23.
23. Yeah, there's Joker at number 23. That's not DCEU, though. Let's see. We've got Wonder Woman at 28. That's an interesting one to compare it to. Both female-led.
I think this is better than Age of Ultron, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't, but I'm not going to, stand on that soapbox. It's better than Wonder Woman to me. I was disappointed in that movie.
Wonder Woman was fine. Like, it didn't blow me away, but it was fine. It was so much better
it
than
bored me. I don't.
I thought it was fine. It was a competently made.
Yes.
It's a World War I Roman god movie.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like, it was competently made, which coming after Batman v Superman was like, oh, okay, it doesn't have to be a complete and total disaster in the DC universe.
Sure.
Warner Brothers still had a heartbeat.
Yeah. So yeah, I definitely put it over Wonder Woman. I personally think it's a better. I agree with Brian about Avengers: Age of Ultron. Like, there's things in Age of Ultron I like better than things in this, but I think the overall film was maybe better. But that's mileage may vary, and I absolutely see how one could enjoy Age of Ultron more. So I don't know. I think that's maybe a good area to look around in. Do we want to just put it right between those two, split the diff?
Yeah, what do you think, Al?
That works for me. I didn't have a solid idea where else it could go. Yeah.
All
Works
right.
for me. Yeah.
Awesome. Then we're going to put it at number 28. In between Avengers: Age of Ultron and Wonder Woman, which means it is time to close the door on Birds of Prey and look towards next week when we will be watching Bloodshot.
What is that?
That is Vin Diesel. It is a non-comic book one, so Al's going to get the week off. It is the last movie on our list. It was released the day COVID was declared a pandemic. It's the last movie on our list pre-COVID. After, that's, yeah. 20. Right. We're going to get through 2020 in pretty short order. And Number 147. Since they pushed back Shazam 2 recently and The Flash, it looks like the last movie we're going to be doing is Black Panther 2. Maybe Kraven. Maybe. So before we run out of superhero movies, I doubt we'll get to Ant-Man and the Wasp before we do, which will be the one after that. So we've got where are we here? We've got 47 up through 62. We've got 13 more movies on our list here before we run out. So
wild
movies.
Yeah. Bloodshot. That is next week on Harmless Phosphorescence. Until then, thank you everybody for hanging out. This is Throw Smiley, your host. Gin and tonics at 5. I'll have the duck, blah, blah, blah.
Hi, I'm divorce lawyer Josh Thesey. Do you need a divorce? Drive into a chemical plant.
I'm Brian Leshin. This was just like a sleepover. Next time we should order pizza and make Cosmos.
I'm Alaric Weber, and I peed in your Brita.
Aw. Damn it,
It
Al.
tastes so great.
I don't feel so bad because of how you said it.
Real peaty.
We'll see you next time, everyone. Bye.
Bye.